if you ask yourself those 3 simple questions every single time you eat, you will not only learn so much about how you're eating and what you're eating, you'll start to really question your own diet into a way that provides you the avenue to research and learn more about what you want to eat in this world. This is a challenge that I propose for anyone that really wants to change the way they eat. Don't worry about going on a new diet. Don't worry about the latest health trends. Do these 3 simple things. Just ask yourself these 3 simple things and see where it leads you after a week. And so the first thing I want you to ask you, so there's a plate of food in front of you where you go, you're determining what to eat. The first thing I want you to ask yourself is, what are the ingredients? And if you can identify all the ingredients in what you're eating and you know why they're there, and maybe you identify some things that aren't supposed to be there or things that you don't know what they are, well, then I don't want you to eat those things until you know and you figure it out. And, it's as simple as a Google search or coming to foodbabe.com and looking at our additive glossary and determining if this is something that I want to put in my body. Okay, what are the ingredients? Then I want you to take a chance and say, all right, here are the ingredients that I'm eating. Are these ingredients nutritious, right? Are these going to actually serve a beneficial part of my daily life? Are they going to actually help me feel great, give me energy, give me vitamins and minerals, help me avoid disease? Are there ingredients in here that are really going to serve my body? Are they nutritious? Now, one of these ingredients may be like sugar, right? You might have identified, okay, I know what sugar is. What are the ingredients? I know what sugar is. But now you're like, is sugar nutritious? Well, we all know the answer to that, right? It's really, there's no nutrition in sugar, right?
Just tastes good, yeah.
It just tastes good, right? It's addictive. It's more addictive than cocaine. It causes your immune system to break down.
Right.
It causes liver disease. I mean, there's so many different things. Diabetes, heart disease, right? So you got to make a choice then. Are these ingredients nutritious? If you just ask yourself that, you may eat a little less of that sugar. I think you will. And then the third question that I want you to ask is, where do these ingredients come from? And you may still look at that sugar component and be like, well, where does this sugar come from? Wait a minute, this is white refined sugar that I'm eating in this donut or whatever you're eating. I'm not saying you're going to eat a donut, but, and you might be like, well, how did it get white, first of all? Because sugar cane out there is like green and brown and how did it get white? Well, they're bleaching it, right? Where did this ingredient come from? Or maybe it's a piece of meat that you're eating, right? And it's a piece of beef and you realize, okay, what are the ingredients? It's a piece of beef. Are these nutritious? Yeah, beef has a lot of nutrition. But now you're asking yourself, where does this come from? Is it coming from a feedlot in a factory farm where the animal's being pumped full of growth hormone or antibiotics to make it fatter and to grow faster than it should, and eat GMO corn and soy, eating things that it's not supposed to be eating? One of the stories I tell in here is that old Skittles is being fed to cattle, and it's completely true.
Really?
Yeah, old candy is fed to animals in this country to fatten them up.
Wow.
And I'm not saying every single farm does that, but I'm saying that there are some.
Wow.
And so you really need to know where your meat comes from. And if you are what your food eats too. So find out where your meat is coming from. Find out where your food is coming from, how it's produced before you eat it. And if you ask yourself those 3 simple questions every single time you eat, you will not only learn so much about how you're eating and what you're eating, you'll start to really question your own diet into, I hope, into a way that provides you the avenue to research and learn more about what you want to eat in this world. And I think that is the ultimate key to feeling great, is to know what you're eating.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very picky with what I eat, and I eat like the same 3 places every week. It's just like salad, veggies, and like a little bit of meat. I try to take the Mark Hyman approach, where it's like mostly vegetables and some fruits, seeds, nuts, and some meat. Every now and then.
Yeah.
And I think if you just live by those simple principles, and you make sure you know where it's coming from, and that there's not adding chemicals on there, that you're going to do pretty well.
Yeah. I mean, that's how I feed my daughter. That's exactly how I feed my daughter. Is
Lots
I give
of vegetables.
her. Yeah. I start with vegetables, and then we go with like a little bit of meat, maybe some like seeds and nuts, and then fruit. you know,
Yeah.
and that's it.